Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is the card for the collective for the 28th of April 2024. This card applies for everyone who watches this video. As far as the date is right, then there will be something that you can make use of it in a beneficial way. It doesn't matter where you're located. It doesn't matter who you are. As far as the date is right, then it will be okay. Ace of Wands means new beginning, new idea. Usually, this idea comes with some kind of passion because it is about the Wands energy. The Wands energy is about passion, sexuality. In general, it is linked to our actions based on what we love and what we believe that is true for us. When we see Ace of Wands, sometimes it can mean the removal of obstacles so that things can proceed without obstructions, which can be a very good thing. On the other hand, this is also a card that is related to farming. I personally believe that it is the right time to plant the seed to grow, because you see the wands in this photo, in this picture, there are leaves coming out from the wand. So for some of you, if you have planted the seeds before, you might be ready to reap the rewards today. For some people who haven't planted any seeds yet, well, maybe not entirely have not planted anything, but the idea is to encourage you to plant the seeds and then it will bear fruit someday. As you can see in this photo, there are lands, there's a river, there's also a castle. All of this combining together, they create a space for us to thrive because it means housing. It means land, the soil, the water. And it is important to ask ourselves, do we have these three things that will lead us to thrive? That will lead us to have new ideas. If you are in a situation where you feel very stagnated, things are not moving forward, today might be the day that you can consider things that might have obstructed you on a personal level, on a physical level, but you're not aware of it. Usually not aware of it. But today, it is possible for you to be aware of it and then make the changes to remove these obstructions in your life. This can be related to housing situation, your living environment, your nutrients, your connection with nature. Are you in harmony with nature, or are you in conflicts with nature? Sometimes I know even though a lot of people are very environmental conscious and environmental oriented, but there is also the aspect of um, our personal interaction with the land we are located. As I mentioned in the previous video, I mentioned about the astrocartography. I think it is a very useful tool for us to realize our potential energy of manifestation when we are located in specific places on this earth. So the Ace of Wands energy is reminding us that we have to choose a place where we can have new ideas. Ace of Wands is quite often associated with new ideas. In this case, maybe we can think about what things in our lives will lead to new ideas. Can that be an activity? Can that be an emotional connection with someone, something, spirituality, religion, whatever things that created new ideas for you previously. It is a it is a time to revisit or do something similar so that will get your mind moving towards new ideas and new passion. Because sometimes we forget how we have reached our current state of mind, our current state of life. There must be some times that we felt victorious and we felt passionate about some new beginnings and new things that we plan to do. Try to think about those years, those times. What ignited you? What ignited you is the main theme of Ace of Wands. For everyone, it can be different. Some people, they can be ignited by love. Well, yeah, some. Not everybody. Everybody is different. So please be aware. When I say some people ignited by love, not everybody can be ignited by love. Some people can be ignited by intellectual processing. Let's say if they are software developer, they are ignited by the the formatting, the codes, the C++ thing, the steps they create, software can be something that ignites them. So everybody is different. So just ask yourself what makes you feel passionate, and then tap into that resources that are readily available to you currently. Hopefully, it's not too expensive, but maybe for some of you, prices they're not a problem. So then they are not a problem. Yeah, some people they like cars. Then probably you might consider going to a car show, exhibition, some sort of things like that. Maybe artwork, whatever things that can give you new ideas, new passion. You can do it today, and it will create a new beginning for what your heart is aligned. The Ace of Wands energy is also aligned with, something like a pen If you're a writer, Ace of Wands appearing means that you can use your passion to write. Write about something that you feel passionate about. There are all kinds of ace cards in the tarot deck, but each of them, they represent different things. When Ace of Wands appear, we can write with our passion. We can express our passionate nature, passionate side of reality by using our pen. Some people might consider giving advice to the others, giving new ideas for the others, not only yourself, but the others. Like when you see some people who are suffering, and because you have watched this video, there might be possibilities that you will think about their situations, their unique situations, and what will be the key to unlock a better future for them. What do these people who are suffering, have they forgotten their passion? Did they fail in some sort of, their attempt to pursue their future, their aspirations and their passions? Did they fail before? If they failed, do you feel like you have the idea of how to ignite them or to remind them that they can actually reignite their passion? It depends from person to person, from situation to situation, though. Yeah. When Ace of Wands appear, it is also important to consider the support of some kind of structure. Let's say in your house, are there any rods that you use as a hanger? Or maybe there are just the structures to hang something over there. You might consider tweaking it a little bit, or maybe actually buy the rod from the supermarket or whatever places, so you can hang things around. Let's say if you don't have a dryer, then you have to buy the hanger and the things to support the clothes to dry, right? Some of you, if you are into gardening, today is a day to observe the growth of the plants, the growth of the leaves. Make sure that they're having enough nutrients, enough water, enough sunlight, so they can actually grow and thrive. Please be aware that even though Ace of Wands is a fiery energy, we don't see a lot of fire, like yellowish, like the sun. In this picture, the sky has cloud. So it is bright, but it has cloud. So some of you might need to consider some kind of physical situation. It can be related to plants, the sunlight, anything related to sunlight and you know the source of energy to produce something. It is a time to consider if the measurements are right. Will that be overly hot for something to function? Will that be not enough heat, or will that be overheat? So these are things that have to be considered. Because this card, even though it's related to energy, is not an energy that is just being bright. It is about energy that has multiple elements, not only fire, but also water. And when water and the heat, when they combine, when the configuration is right, there will be clouds. And when there are clouds, then there will be rain. When there's rain, then the soil can be fertile because they need the rain in order to grow crops and to be the habitat of animals in general. So please make sure that whatever you are trying to do, they have all the nutrients, all the ingredients for you to for you to succeed. And maybe not only you, but for the others also, because sometimes it depends on what age you are in and what situation you are in. Maybe you're the person who is helping the others, and if this is the case, then you can analyze for the others. Try to see if their lives are hitting walls because of them not having the right configuration in their physical life, so they cannot manifest what they want. But I always have to remind everybody that we should always respect the others' choices. Sometimes even we want to give our opinions. We want to help with love and passion, compassion. Doesn't mean it will work for them. Maybe something we recognize. Maybe we can see the obstacles of some people that we care, but that doesn't mean we are always the person who are supposed to point that out to them, because it is just the way it is. Some people, they say something right, people don't get it, or maybe they just don't want to listen. And I don't think this is anybody's fault. Sometimes it can be because of some misunderstandings that happened before, some dramas that happened before. Then people feel like, okay, I don't want to listen to you, even though you might be saying the right thing. But sometimes it can be, there can be situations where it doesn't matter whether that person has done anything right or wrong. They are just not the right person to point out the things at the right time. So this can be problematic. So I don't know why I want to bring this up, because I don't want some of you to be disappointed if you care about someone and then you absolutely know that you are saying the right thing, but they don't listen. I just don't want you to be disappointed, because sometimes for us to receive messages, we have to receive and process the information in the right timing. Timing, well, some people will say timing is everything, but I personally believe that timing can be a lot of things, but probably not everything, but a lot of times the timing can affect a lot of things. So please be aware that if you want to give some new ideas to some people you care about, make sure you have tried to put yourself into their shoes, which is not easy because we are different from each other. But it is not impossible to achieve if we are intending to do so. Think about that particular moment when you have the awareness or passion to tell them, hey, my friend or whoever, I see this problem in your life. I suggest you to do this. Maybe you can do this. When we try to put ourselves into their shoes, we can imagine that in particular moments, what will be our reactions if we receive opinions. Because at certain times we will be ready for the opinions, but at certain times we will be not ready for the opinions or the advice. So please bear in mind, because I believe that many of us are kind-hearted, and compassionate people who cares about people, but we still have to remind ourselves the reality that not everybody is ready for advice. So try to, even though you might feel passionate about telling them that, hey, I figured that out for you, but try not to act with impulse. Try to act after you have analyzed their situation and their timing of things. Some people, they receive messages and they can digest messages productively when they are calm. Some people, they do not. Some people, they digest things when everything happens in a very quick manner. Yeah, everybody is different, so whatever you want to tell them, observe them before giving the advice so that your success in delivering the message will be higher. The downside of Ace of Wands can be new ideas that are lacking in long-term implementation. So if you guys have new ideas today, please be aware that because it is Ace of Wands, it is the beginning of one of the minor arcana deck. It is not everything. It is just the beginning. There are a lot of things that have to be considered in order to manifest this passionate endeavor. So by saying this and knowing this reality, then you can have an appropriate expectation about this new idea, knowing that it takes time and it takes a lot of steps to actually bring this idea to fruition. So don't expect conclusion, because this is just the beginning phase. So please be realistic about the situation, though. Because in order to manifest an idea, it takes it takes time, patience, and it needs all kinds of ingredients and timing and everything to really bring something to fruition. So whatever that is, if that is something huge in your life, please be patient and don't rush through it, knowing that it is just the beginning. It's not the ending yet. And in the process of manifesting this new idea, you might change your course of action. You might have new awareness at some point, and then you might continue or discontinue. So Ace of Wands is not a definite answer for things, but it is a new beginning. Okay. Some of you, if you have plants, please be aware that they have enough nutrients, enough water. Please observe their branches. Are the branches looking fine? Are they in healthy condition so the leaves can grow? The leaves can flourish. Yeah. In the tarot deck, there are all kinds of trees. Some trees, they are black in color, and when the trees they are in green color, that means they are having all the necessary ingredients to grow and to flourish. So this is crucial for us. As I mentioned, we have to remind ourselves, what do we need to thrive in manifesting our passions and in having new ideas? Some people, they meditate and then they will have ideas coming up. Some people, they're not supposed to stop. They're not supposed to stand still or sit still, because new ideas will come through when they are in movement. So everybody has a different mode to new ideas that will create a new reality for themselves. And everyone is different. So just ask yourself, what is related to your passion? What do you do when you get new ideas? What activities will lead to new ideas, new passions? But of course, I would always suggest you all to be conservative about your situation, even though I know there are a lot of risk takers. But risk takers, in order to be thriving in taking more risks that can excite you and bring your life a lot of nurturance and value, I believe that you still have to take risks that are within your capability, so you can have the chance to take another more interesting risk in the future, right? So I also feel like some of you might consider changing some of the tools that you use to work, especially the tools that are associated with your hands. Because Ace of Wands energy, you see the hand is holding the wands. For some people, if you often use your hands to create and to express yourselves, and also to basically just use your hands to do all the work, especially to remove problems in your lives. I know it's kind of vague, but I believe that some of you might consider changing the tools that you use, because because some of the features of the tools that you're using with your hands might not be best for your health or the health of your hands or the skin of your hands, your fingers. So please be aware that you have the right tools, and if necessary, bring in the improvement to your tools. If they are affordable and if they are reasonable, it's a good time to try new tools, so that can streamline your process of creating things and also all of your work. Because, for example, if you are a writer and then you write with a certain type of pen, the sensation of the pen that is giving you will lead to certain certain storyline or certain imagination, but the sensation itself is very important. So if you have more than one pen, try to use another pen and feel the difference and consider the differences and compare the differences when you're using this pen to write. What is different from using another pen? Is the difference obvious or is it not obvious? Do you draw? Do you like to draw with a certain pen? If you use another pen, what would that be? If you change the pen, it is possible that it will open a door for you in ways that you might not be ready or maybe not expecting. But through these little changes, that's probably the moments that your mind get the stimulation, because the change in sensation will lead to the ignition of passion. So when the ace card happens, it's important for us to do something new, try something new. Maybe try with a new order of doing things, or maybe try to use a different tool. I think the tool is most likely related to hands, or maybe some people you use your legs. Yeah. As I said, the sensation can lead to different outcome. So, if you want new inspirations, new ideas, today is a day to use a different tool to create or to work on the things that you are working on. And I also have to mention the fact that you can see the mountains in this photo, in this picture. The mountain, they're continuous. So in this case, if you decided to initiate something, to manifest an idea, you have to make sure that it has a continuous momentum. So the idea, if you have a new idea today, it needs momentum to follow through. In some of the tarot cards, we only see one mountain, one hill or two mountains, but this is a continuous. At some point, maybe at the beginning, it will be more difficult. As you can see the left side, you see a castle on top of the mountain. So this gives us the idea of the fact that if you have a new idea you want to manifest today, and into the future. The beginning stage probably will not be easy because as you see in this photo, the mountain is higher on the left hand side. Usually we start from the left and then we end on the right. It depends from situation to situation, from culture to culture. Some people they begin things from the right and then they end things to the left. So it depends. This can vary for different people. But for most of the people in general, something will be more challenging at the beginning, and then it will get better and then stabilize. But the mechanism of stabilizing this idea and this plan are crucial. Okay, so some kind of backbone has to be concrete and also has to be prepared in order to let your plan flourish. If you just feel like, oh, okay, this is just a one-time thing, please be aware that it is possible for this to be a long-term thing if you have some kind of new idea, because there is a sense of continuation. So I think for some of you, you have to be consider the fact that if you feel like it is something short term, it might not turn out to be short term. It might be lingering and a long term thing. Then you have to be aware. You have to be aware of this particular idea. If you don't want anything that has a huge responsibility or a long-term commitment, think again. Because this can be something long-term if you really put in your effort. So I think this is the awareness that I can interpret for the collective today. Last but not least, I think the main idea, the most crucial one, is to cultivate the environment that allows us to actually thrive creatively and can create new ideas and new beginnings in our lives with passion. So that's the main idea. If you are living a life without any passion, then today is a day to reignite your passion, or to think about passion, to read about passion, to consider what things are passionate for you to do, that you feel your heart is connected. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. I appreciate your participation and time, and I'll see you next time. Take care.